What's up, guys? So, 275 pounds, strict OHP. I'm 99% sure that's a PR at this body weight. I've not strict overhead pressed that in a very long time. Um, I wasn't even planning on it. I just went to the gym. It was a little bonus session. I found like 20 spare minutes before I had to go pick up my son from school. So I went in there, just gonna hit a quick little OHP. I was honestly gonna just do a rep out at 225, and it moved kind of well when I hit it. So I was like, let's put on 250, and 250 moved well. I was like, let's throw on 275, and I did. And I didn't have my belt with me. I didn't have my wrist straps with me. There's no chalk at the time. I wasn't wearing my power lights or my lifting shoes, my weightlifting shoes. I just had on some Reebok Nanos, which those are a workout shoe, but I typically don't like overhead pressing in them. They're still a little squishy. Um, and that's what I want to get to. Like being able to perform confidently and near maximally, if not maximally, with zero or minimal equipment. A lot of us get married to our equipment, especially nowadays. We have all these different brands and equipment manufacturers and advertisements and sponsorships, and people aren't cutting their chops in the gym without this stuff the way they used to, or like the soft Vallejo belts, things like that. Like you're seeing newbie lifters with like custom 13 millimeter belts and like stiff wrist wraps and things of that nature, and that's fine. It's not necessarily a bad thing. And if one is a competing power lifter or strongman or whatever you're competing in, and you are allowed certain equipment, by all means, like maximizing the use you get out of that equipment is better for your sport and for you as a competitor. That is the way to go. Don't get me wrong. Like throw on your belt at 2 plates or 1 plate or whatever. Warm up in your belt. Get those knee sleeves, the new modern knee sleeves that will add 20 to 40 pounds to your squat, because everybody else is going to be competing in them too. I'm not saying don't, but I think there's a certain quality to being able to go in a gym and without anything, and being able to perform confidently, near maximally, without having your music, without having your chalk, your wraps, your belts, etc. Um, it's I think it's kind of becoming a lost art to a degree, again, with all these companies and stuff out there. Um, I think it would be, what's the word I'm looking for? Productive, at least for general strength practitioners. Again, hyper competitive people who are competing in sports, maximize what you can maximize. I still think in your off seasons you would be well suited to knocking out some training sans equipment for a block or two, for a number of different reasons, but that's another video. But for the general strength people, like having this ability, again, any number of scenarios, like your friend invites you to the gym and you're not able to go get your shit first, or you're on vacation, you didn't bring your lifting stuff with you, and there's a cool fucking gym nearby that you didn't even plan on going to, but it's there. Or like I said, I found 20 extra minutes on this day that I didn't anticipate having, and my gym stuff was in my other car's trunk, not the one I was driving. So I just stopped in there and was gonna just get some work in, and the work was feeling really good, and I ended up hitting a big lift. So I think it's definitely worth training without your equipment for blocks from time to time. I'm not saying like, if you squat 500 pounds in a belt and sleeves, like don't go tomorrow and attempt a 500-pound squat naked knee without your belt. That's stupid. But it might be worth doing a block beltless, or doing some of your warm-ups beltless, and maybe normally you put on your belt at 275 or 315 or whatever your warming up progressions are. Maybe put that off one extra set, and do one extra jump beltless before you put your belt on. Just little things like that. I think it's a good skill to have. Like I said, there's all kinds of scenarios or reasons. And it's just fucking cool. Like, just being able to go hit a big fucking moggy lift without any equipment, without any belts, without anything supporting you, with whatever negligible amount they may or may not add to a certain lift. I don't, wrist straps aren't adding weight to your lifts, but if you've only ever pressed with really stiff wrist straps on, when you go to press without them for the first time, it's going to feel fucking weird. Obviously belts and of course the modern knee sleeves on squats certainly add weight. But yeah, like give it a fucking go. Like train a couple blocks without fucking anything. And just fucking tell them Uncle Freak told you to do it. Peace!